And welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be first of a best of 3 here from the AWL of 2017. This is, I believe, a Korean tournament. This was sponsored by Afrika, which is basically Korean's version of Twitch, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is that. Yep, Afrika TV is indeed a Korean platform. Yeah, I could have sworn AWL was around before, but I think I'm getting confused with AWC, which I have casted before. I think that was 2013 though, so it was a long time ago. Hell of a long time actually. So yeah, this is going to be Group A's quarterfinals. Let's just bring back OBS because I want to preview what I am casting. Of course, on the bottom right you can see I still haven't done or redone my logo, so yeah, I'm getting pretty lazy there. I've tried to be catching up with studying before the semester resumes, so yeah, do apologize about that. So let's go over to the resources here. Hopefully StarCraft 1, the remastered version at least, has a better replay system. Warcraft 3 is definitely better than Brood Wars replays, but Warcraft 3 also suffers from the same problems, such as can't rewind, which is like the most bumming thing about Warcraft 3, and doing this sort of casting, because if I miss something, then I can't rewind. I have to replay the actual replay and then go back to the thing, which is kind of annoying. But either way, I haven't even introduced the players. We have Remind spawning in as the Red Night Elf play. He is going for a Warden first, actually, on the map Echo Isle, so it's a relatively small map, and not that many creep camps for the Warden to power level through. So it's interesting that we are going to see the Warden coming out here. Remind's opponent is going to be Infi, who is spawning in as the blue human player in the top left. He is going for the standard Archmage first, and he's actually going to go for an expansion first, it looks like, rather than the Mercenary camp that players tend to go for, at least most of the time, like 2015, 2016, maybe even before then. But I noticed recently that most human players have been going for this fast expand, probably because of the matchup. Night Elves maybe not so much can pressure your opponent into doing that. Somehow the Archmage got level 2. How did he get level 2? I have no idea.
His forces are under attack.
How did he get level 2? Did he go for... I mean, maybe this camp was enough for level 2? I don't know, it seemed weird. I didn't think I saw a creep camp left as hit 2, but I might be mistaken there. He might have actually got a Wisp, but I don't think Remind would have allowed that to happen. Warden is going to get level 2 from the Mercenary camp there, picking up the Talisman of Evasion from the Renegade Wizard. Wisp going to most likely detonate and try and kill off that Elemental. Nope. Seems like Remind is not wanting to spend so many Wisps and trying to get that one Elemental. We'll be able to get a Footman, however, and nicely done there from Remind, actually saving that very low hit point. Wisp right there. Expansion intent is going to be foiled by Remind, by Infi for Remind. And yeah, he's being pressured a little bit, but the Warden is getting her kills. In fact, that is going to be the Footman number 2 being dropped there, and the Elemental should give some experience over to the Warden as well. It is a summon unit, so it doesn't give full experience over, but experience is indeed experience. Expansion is not going to be pressured whatsoever for Infi. Troll Berserker is going to come along, but I don't think he is enough to actually force this to be cancelled there, and Infi looks to be pretty good so far. Of course, recently he has not found too much success, so he is trying to bounce back in terms of tournament play. But yeah, that Warden is getting a little scary, almost level 3 there, so level 2 Shadow Strikes should be pretty hurtful. good speed on the Archmage there, so he should be able to outrun the Warden, but it seems like the Warden is going to go for quick, easy kills on these footmen there, and there we go with an Abolish Magic from the Shadow Priest. It seems like Infi got himself his own Shadow Priest actually, and he will lose a couple already. Seems like yeah, Remind is going to lose his own as well, Fireball from the Archmage, but these peasants are now in danger, at least until the Warden ran out of mana, and she does not have Fan of Knives, so it seems like Remind is going to pull out, as his Warden is not going to do too much damage without any spells available. Be careful not to receive too much damage, but she might be able to pick up another footman. So what is happening here? Ancient One is being placed down, Tree of Ages is on the way, and it seems like the expansion is being re-established. Troll Berserkers need to be a little careful there. Archer is trying her best to do some path blocking there. Unfortunately, with the boots of speed, kind of hard to get in front of that guy. Regardless, it seems like Infi is unable to chase down that very low hit point Troll Berserker. Keep Tech has just started for him, and
a player's forces are
well, he's just trying to pump out as many footmen as possible. This Arcane Tower should be done, hopefully enough to sway the Warden from sticking around. It seems like Remind was a little unlucky there with the ensnares. Is going to be losing a Berserker for it, but it seems like Infi also being a little unlucky and snare onto the footman, and that will give another kill over to the Warden. Very scarily now, the Warden is halfway to level 4. Remind is going to look pretty scary, this Warden. Only done 1.5 creep camps and she's already on her way to level 4. Nice denial there on the Archer, and now Infi's Archmage is half health, so yeah, Warden is doing a lot of damage by herself. Not many help anymore with the Archer, and double Berserker is gone. But now that Remind has stocked up on those resources, he should transition over to double Ancient of Laws. Hunter Soul's a little mistimed there, but I don't think it will matter too much since his expansion will be coming up very soon as well. He should catch up to his opponent in terms of economy. But of course, does have the side advantage because he can build his tier 2 production earlier. There's the first one. It seems like the Warden did some shopping of her own. Is going to sell the Talisman of Evasion. Unfortunate, since it did get a good number of procs during that fight. And yeah, she sold something else I didn't actually see, but is going to take a clarity for it. Double Berserkers and a Shadow Priest here just consisted of a Night Elf army, not really any Night Elf units whatsoever. But that should change with double Ancient of Laws. Infi is on a lot of gold right now, almost 1,000 gold. Blacksmith on the way. Keep Tech should be done soon. Shadow Priest instantly getting bopped there with the Shadow Strike from the Warden, and yeah, I mean, all Remind is doing is waiting for the cooldown of that Shadow Strike, and then she's going her way to finish off other units, but she gets a little fork there from the Naga Sea Witch, and she will be forced to TP scroll back home, as it is very difficult to actually run away from a Naga Sea Witch who has boots and who has frost arrows. So yeah, nice quick response there from Remind. Hopefully the expenditure of that TP scroll won't bite him in the ass later. Keep Take is done, and it seems like double Sanctum's composition of choice actually going for rifle casters there. Pretty typical Night Elf matchup, so yeah, didn't really expect anything other than that. Of course, the Naga Sea Witch second is a bit of an anomaly, I guess. Mountain King's usually picked up as the second hero there, but This is really aggressive play from Infi at least. Not sure how well it will work in the mid game since Dryads don't actually get affected by those frost arrows. And, well, yeah, it's a little weird to see that particular hero being picked up. TP scroll will be used by Infi as he did get a little caught out there by the Warden Rifleman. It looks like he manages to lose a sliver of health there, but yeah, Greater Healing Potion gets picked up by the Naga Sea Witch, so should have a
Players'
much
forces
easier
are
time
under
dealing with
attack.
that particular Warden. And this expansion is now underway. Almost, actually, just a little over 1,000 gold has already been mined. Meanwhile, Infi, good over, at least good 3,000 gold already mined out of this gold mine. You can see he is still on like 12,300 gold. So yeah, he is doing pretty well in terms of economy. He is already 50 supply. Yeah, Remine on the other hand, not quite, but he should be getting there very soon. Surprised not to see a second hero just yet, but I believe he's just trying his best to funnel all the experience over to the Warden, get that potential level 6, and just wreck with the Avatar of Vengeance. Either way, Master Dryad so far, tier 3 is halfway, just a little over halfway there, so Bears should be popping up very soon as well. Safety Ancient of War probably to just be there just in case. No Castle Tech has been confirmed, but yeah, highly unlikely that we will see the siege engines coming out for Infi. 12 retraining has been used, so the Warden most likely has Fan of Knives and level 2 Blink.
Town is under siege.
We just have yet to see that actually happening, but Fan of Knives could do devastating amount of damage on those militia, especially level 3 Fan of Knives. I am very curious to see if that was the ability of choice, and it does appear to be doing a lot of damage to those footmen, and Infi needs to be a little careful there. Of course, the single target burst is no longer available for the Warden, but AoE damage can eventually rack up, and of course, now that those militia are in peasant form, they are just extra bit of experience for the Warden to gain. Yeah, Scroll of Healing and Massive Scroll of Healing actually being utilized there. Fort Landing trying to burst that Warden down as quickly as possible, but a good Fan of Knives to pick up a lot of low hit point units there, and she should be able to heal up with that Rejuvenate. Need to be extra careful not to give that over to the Spellbreakers of Infi. But yeah, 77 versus 61. Remine doesn't look to be in a good position despite being in home court advantage. Is constantly blinking out. Not many Moonwalls is available on the expansion side. But he does have a lot of resources in the bank. 600 gold versus 300 of Infi. The only problem is Infi is very close to max low upkeep. So he's trying to win this with sheer force. Level 2, I believe, no, level 3 actually gained for the Naga Sea Witch. They're level 4 on the Archmage. Ancient of War doing a very good job tanking most of the damage. Eating a lot of trees on the way, but he was able to eat up a lot of attacks as well. Riflemen, peasants, then the like, picked up by the Dryads and Warden there. Warden with the Orb of Venom. Although it's not slow poison, it is good bonus damage there from the Warden, and a blink into Fan of Knives. Unable to pick up the Ogre Mauler, unfortunately, but it is low enough for the next round of Fan of Knives to do a lot of damage. Only problem is Warden is out of mana. So 68 versus 69. Castle Tech is actually going to be transitioned for Infi. He is most likely trying to get those mortar teams down to try and counteract the Dryad threat, I guess. Or he's going to go Flyers, probably not, since the Avatar is so close by. Knights, I don't know, I think Spellbreakers can do as good of a job countering those bears as Knights. So it's a little weird. It's probably, I mean, surely it's not siege engines. That seems very desperate in my eyes. Warden extremely close, less than 100 experience points away from level 6. That's like 1 or 2 spellcasters there, possibly even a full spellbreaker, I don't know. Invuln is going to be popped, so he's trying desperately to get that level 6, and he will be able to get it with that Ogre Mauler kill there. Is going to lose a bear in return. That is all the more worth it, because now the Warden has access to the Avatar. So Infi is kind of screwed right now. Late game is now starting to look a lot more difficult now that he is going to deal with all these little invulnerable little spirits. It's gonna be rough. Invisible Elemental, probably to try and harass the Wisp. No, he's just gonna be used as scouting purposes there. Fairy Dragons join the mix to try and deal with those casters. Always nice, but they won't be able to do all too much against those Spellbreakers, who are 2-1 on upgrades, so Infi doing well with his resources, but he just can't get the edge apparently over his opponent. Bears and Dryads are 0-0, so no upgrades whatsoever for Remind. Let's look over at the population as the fight starts. Avatar is going to utilize those earlier corpses to create those spirits, and they should be able to focus fire. Very squishy spellcasters that they do piercing. They do bonus against those particular priests and sorceresses. 79 versus 77 in terms of resources. It does appear to be a little even. Slight advantage to Infi. Upgrades. Infi side. Heroes definitely will go over to Remind side, however, and we will see how devastating this will be. Anti-magic shield being utilized to try and counteract the Folk Lightning of the Naga Sea Witch. Warden is pretty low health, however, but it seems like the units are slowly getting killed off for Infi's side there. Even a Mountain Giant appears in the fray. Not doing too much just yet, but the Paladin, who was the third hero of Infi, is going to drop. That is a 5 supply dip. Naga Sea Witch very close to being assassinated there as well, but the bears are slowly rolling over these units. The Spellbreakers are not even in the front line, so they can't really deal with those bears right now. And Warden, very risky play, who is actually at level 7, I'm amazed. Was able to get a cheeky Blink Phantom Knives kill there, and that is going to be GG for Infi. So yeah, just all in all, very strong Warden play from Remind. That was basically most of the reason why he won that game. The other reason was, I don't know, the positioning of those Spellbreakers are a little curious. They should have been face tanking those bears, but most of them were in the back line. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I will see you guys again next time. Take care.